And happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Dig in Big D because it's Denver and Dallas coming up on CBS. Yes, family, football, feasting, all go together to make this truly the great American holiday. And hello, friends. Jim Nance along with Phil Simms. Wonderful to be with you and to share part of the holiday experience with you and with you, my friend. Happy holiday to you and yours.
Well, same to you, Jim. Thanksgiving is about giving thanks, spending time with your family and friends, and hopefully we're going to see some good football here.
It should be really a dandy down here in Dallas. And Jake Plummer, we've been talking about it all week. They talked about it on the NFL today. He's been almost mistake-free this year.
Well, there's a couple reasons why Jake Plummer has been so good this year, and he's cut down the mistakes. Mike Shanahan told us last night, this is a competitive guy. He never likes to give up on any play. And when you play quarterback like that in the NFL, it's going to lead to a lot of interceptions and fumbles when nothing is there. And this year, he's done a tremendous job of the play's not there, don't take a chance. That's why his turnovers are down.
All right, Jake Plummer in the backfield has had not only Mike Anderson, but Tatum Bell. Bell is a late scratch with a bruised sternum. We'll see Ron Dane. They know how to run the football, and Dane will see some action today.
Well, he will, and Denver fans, don't get nervous because Ron Dane has been waiting for his chance, and this Cowboy defense, if you're Denver, you're going to run the football day. It's going to be about really tough yards, and these two running backs can get the tough yards.
Phil, for the Cowboys, Drew Bledsoe having a sensational season down here, although it seems like no one wants to give him the credit he deserves. He goes back a long way with Bill Parcells, and those two together know how to get it done.
Well, you always hear about Drew Bledsoe, what he can't do. Well, there's a lot of things that he does very well. He's played with 3 different teams. He's thrown for over 40,000 yards. Average quarterbacks do not do that. So he's big, he's tough, he can throw the football down the field, and Bill Parcells, no question, says he is the leader of my offense.
All right, for the Cowboys defense, their leader there is Roy Williams, and he made really the play of the season for Dallas a couple of Mondays ago in Philadelphia in the late going.
Well, what this could do, this could change their whole season around, getting this interception. And Roy Williams will be a big part again today. He'll be near the line of scrimmage, try to stop the Denver running backs, and also he's got to look for Jake Plummer when he runs out of the pocket for those bootlegs.
And now UPS delivers today's reliable game points. And Phil, let's match them up. You see so many similarities with these two.
There really are. You talk about the health of both of these football teams. 11th game, they're both healthy, so that's good. Their records, they're good. They're leading their divisions. Thanksgiving Day, they love playing on the big stage, and whoever wins this game today will have momentum carrying them for the rest of the season.
For your reliable game picks delivered by UPS, log on to CBSSportsline.com. Al Wilson's ready, and we are too. Today's game brought to you in high definition by Sony. We'll be back to Dallas in a moment.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Denver 40. Dallas going right to left, 8:20 left first quarter. Bledsoe 3 steps, quick out. Intercepted by Bailey at the 35, the sideline, and he's taken it to the house. There's an early drumstick. Bledsoe put it right in Champ Bailey's cornucopia, and he went 63 yards, and Denver has the first score.
Well, Dan Campbell just has a quick out on that right side, a little 4-yard out from his tight end position. And all that happened here, Bledsoe just led Campbell too far. Campbell's open. He just misfires. Campbell can't get to this ball. Champ Bailey can, and takes it in for the first score of this ball game.
Oh my. 8:10 remaining in the first quarter. And Champ Bailey, multiple Pro Bowler, comes up with his team-leading 6th interception. Jason Elam's extra point is good. The first score is Denver 7, Dallas nothing. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in just a moment.
I tell you.
Keyshawn's a slot on the right and a 3 wide. Barber the back. 2nd and 9 at the Bronco 14. Flashbulbs popping in the audience. Bledsoe back 3, pump. Now a quick fade right side of the end zone. Keyshawn, perfect strike. Touchdown Cowboys.
That was a well-designed play right there. Terry Glenn is lined up to the far right of the formation. Keyshawn Johnson is in the slot. Bledsoe comes up. They fake that quick screen, which they had run earlier, that little one-step hitch. They pump it to Terry Glenn. Champ Bailey bites up on the play, and Keyshawn Johnson just runs right by him. That's too easy.
Bledsoe with a perfect pass with 3:46 remaining to be played in the first quarter.
That was well designed and well executed right there.
Billy Cundiff for the extra point to tie the game. And the kick is good, and the score is Dallas 7, Denver 7. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in just a moment.
Your one stop for everything for sports and the outdoors.
A 4-point play for Dallas. 7-7 game, second quarter just underway. Right for the Broncos. And they blitz, and Plummer back 5. Fade deep left side of the end zone. Man's all alone. Rod Smith lost his man. Touchdown, Denver. Oh, merciful heavens.
Now they just come out here, Brad. They run the out and up to the left side of the Broncos offense, right side of the Cowboys defensive formation. They get Aaron Glenn to bite on the out. Up goes Rod Smith, as a crafty 11-year veteran will do. I guess it's 11 years on more than that right there. And Jake Plummer just throws it up in the air and lets him go run under it, and he does.
So the Broncos have their first offensive touchdown and their second lead. 14th touchdown pass of the year for Plummer. The 5th now leading their team for Smith. The kick by Elam is good. 14-17 left in the second quarter. Denver 14, Dallas 7.
And now, another yellowtail.
He drew.
3-man front for Denver on 3rd and 15 at the Dallas 30. And out of the eye, Bledsoe back. They protect him this time, and he goes deep to the middle, and it's intercepted at the 40-yard line without a receiver in sight. Ferguson coming left to the 50. Ferguson, the safety, to the Dallas 40, and slides into Jason Witten's ankles.
Terry Glenn thinks he touched him down, and I think he did as well, but Glenn's got to be a little more demonstrative there. They did not rule him down, but I think this one's going to get called back, but it's going to take Bill Parcells to throw that red flag to challenge it, and that's a shame, because to me there was no question. There's no question that Terry Glenn touched him down while he had the ball. However, we should get another look at it.
It's going to be an interception anyway.
That did happen.
And apparently they're not going to challenge, and the Broncos are just going to put it in play.
Now the red flag came out.
Oh,
now
it did?
Bill
Okay.
Parcells has
All right.
challenged.
Okay.
That was, well, we'll see. But to me, from here, it looked like a relatively easy call to make in terms of him being touched down. But again, I wouldn't be. Terry Glenn was kind of
challenging the play that the interceptor was down by contact.
Terry
Play
Glenn
will be reviewed.
Terry Glenn was rather nonchalant in touching the defender down here, I thought. But we'll get another look at it here.
Well, we're looking at Ferguson dive to the ground, and without question, Glenn puts his hand on Ferguson's helmet while Ferguson is in possession of the ball lying down. Right for Denver, 1st and 10. Play action. Plummer, 7-step drop deep. Down the right side, double coverage, intercepted. Terrence Newman at the 27. Coming right, he's at the 25. There's a nice block. Newman to the other sideline on the right side at the 30, and he goes out of bounds at the 31. Ashley Lilly, the intended receiver, and Jake Plummer, who hadn't thrown an interception since week 2, has now.
He had set a franchise record coming into this game of 219 straight passes without an interception. What are we at on today there, Bob Thomas? We've got 11 today, so I guess it ends at 10 today.
That was the 11, so 229 without a pick, and then this one got away from him. And Terrence Newman, who I'll say again is having a Pro Bowl year, comes up with his 3rd interception, and Dallas down 7 has the ball back at its 31.
I need one more look at it, though, to be quite honest with you.
And I don't know if we'll get that, because now the focus is what do you do on 4th down and 1? What do you do?
I think I load up Marion Barber here. I mean, if you are going for it, which it looks like the Cowboys are.
Well, that's my first question.
Yeah, do you go for it?
They're a good full yard away.
Yeah.
Do you go or kick?
And honestly, I think you just, whatever you feel like, whatever your gut tells you, and honestly, that's why Bill Parcells is making $4 million a year for this type of decision, because he knows the only good decision is going to be if you score.
Well, not only are they going for it, but they've got all the wide receivers in. Copper and Keyshawn to the left.
Now remember, they ran the same formation and ran the little power play to Marion Barber to the left side.
4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Barber behind Bledsoe, slot left, 3 wide. And they're going to throw it. Fade, left side. Keyshawn up in the air. Flag down, incomplete. The flag's not in the end zone. The flag's out on the 1 yard line.
There was movement. There was movement by the Denver Broncos defense before the snap. They jumped into the neutral zone here.
Offside, 61 defense. After this is to the goal. It's still fourth down.
And I'm sorry, I don't like that play. I just don't like that.
Either.
Throw it up high, and they've run it. It's worked a couple times. And
all right, now Mike Myers was the one offside, but now it's still fourth down.
But you're halfway. Now you're at basically about the 1 foot line.
Dallas on fourth down this year is 4 out of 9. Denver defensively, 7 times in 11 tries the opponent has converted fourth down. And another timeout is called by Dallas, who only has
the world down there.
The ticket that you can't buy is to the Dallas huddle right now, where Parcells and Payton are surrounded by players and debating what to run.
I would love to hear that conversation. And you know, Keyshawn's over there. He's got his 2 cents he's putting in. Drew Bledsoe wanting to say what he likes down in here.
Well, you've got Campbell and Witten in the game. You've got Johnson and Glenn in the game. You've got Marion Barber in the game.
And we got 2 tight ends, and I'll be surprised if Marion Barber isn't carrying the football here.
It's fourth down and goal, and it's a quarterback sneak, and Bledsoe leaps over the top, and it's a touchdown for the Cowboys.
They just went on a quick snap here. Bledsoe came up underneath. As soon as his hands went under the center, the ball comes up, and over the top, Drew Bledsoe goes.
And I mean, he launched. That was Luganis-like. And Bledsoe has rushed for a touchdown for the second time this year. And Bledsoe, I have to believe, really wanted that, Babe, because he's thrown 2 interceptions.
Did we mention we thought this was going to be a pretty good football game?
I think we might have. If we didn't, let's do now. Billy Cundiff for the extra point to tie it. Snaps on the ground. Nice hold by Romo. The kick is good. 2:53 left in a half. Dallas 14. Denver 14. Let's make a Verizon wireless call to the sidelines to Kristi Scales.
Well, Brad, one thing that was different in that goal line situation was there was no Marcus Spears anywhere to be seen. And now Marcus got called.
Yeah, this is... Tom Landry used to say first 5 minutes of the third quarter will tell you, and the Cowboys had to punt. The Broncos have been awfully sharp. First down at the 16. Eye right, handoff. Dane right end. Oh, he's in the second. Goes to the 10. Ron Dane walks the dog. There's a Bronco run, and Denver has regained the lead.
Terrence Newman, the only man with a shot at him over on the Cowboys' left defensive side. He comes in, tries to take the legs out from Ron Dane, gets no help. But he misses him, and when he does, there's nobody within 5 yards of Ron Dane.
Yep, the linebacker on that side got
Hold on.
all jammed up into the middle. Looked like Fujita. So now the extra point as Denver has regained the lead for the 3rd time in the game. The extra point by Elam with 5:47 to go in the 3rd makes it Denver 21, Dallas 14. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in just a moment.
0-17.
They go 4 men down. Denver 2nd and 9 at the 2, and this crowd's into it. Ashley Lilly goes in motion. Denver's eye right behind Plummer. And a play fake bootleg. He throws it out. Caught. Anderson fumbled the ball. Did Dallas get it at the 10? It might have gone out of bounds. Dallas got it at the 10. Anderson was hit by Roy Williams, who made him cough the ball up.
And listen to this. Terrence Newman gets it. Denver is out of challenges. So this ball is right on the line of did he get it, did he not? It doesn't matter. If they ruled fumble, and they're still talking it over, it is clearly a fumble. But if Terrence Newman is on this football with his feet in bounds, it cannot be overturned. Let's listen to Gerald Alston.
And recovered by the defense before the ball went out of bounds.
Kristi Scales.
Boy, that was so close, guys. That occurred right between the line judge and the field judge. The line judge was adamant. He ran up there to mark it. Field judge talked to him and concurred. Boy, that was right on the line, guys. Great play by Newman.
Near the end. And here's Dallas. Denver has not turned the ball over twice. Denver's offense has not turned the ball over twice in a game since the 18th of September. It's only the 3rd time they've done it.
They tied an NFL record. They went 4 straight games without turning it over.
Dallas got to have 6 points on this 3rd and goal at the 4. They're down by 7. They go slot right, 3 wides. Barber behind Bledsoe. 3rd and goal. 3-step drop. Bledsoe to the end zone. Touchdown. A dart to Witten.
Witten gives it to Larry Allen for the spike. Last week, Larry Allen went up and took it right out of Marion Barber's hands and said, I'm taking it. This time Witten said, I don't want to mess with Larry. Larry, you take this.
And did Larry eat it?
And Larry spiked it. Oh, we got a football game. That's Providian touchdowns for Tot spokesperson Jason Witten, adding another $500 with that touchdown for the Mock Child Development Center in Fort Worth.
Oh, what a game Witten's had. And Bledsoe makes a major league throw, and Cundiff to tie it. The extra point is good with 13:36 remaining in the game. It's Dallas 21, Denver 21. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in just a moment. This possession began at the Dallas 45. You'd have liked a little more with the field position, but Cundiff, 2 for 2 for the year, has Romo spotted at the 24 on the left hash. And this is a big kick from 34 yards. And the snap and hold are good, and the Cundiff kick from 34 is wide to the left, and it never had a chance. He missed it all the way. That ball started left, and it stayed left from 34. And how quickly 56 is forgotten. Denver in overtime. Man, oh man, oh man.
Well, this crowd needs to recognize that their team needs them right now.
Yeah, they need to be much louder. I left. They're going to run it. Dane breaks into the secondary to the 50. Look out. He's going to score. Dane being chased from behind at the 15. And Newman caught him at the 6. And the Denver Broncos make a Denver Bronco play, a short yardage play, and Ron Dane goes 55. He didn't score. But see if they don't kick a first down field goal right now.
Man, I think it was Keith Davis who had the shot at him about 20 yards up the field. He just can't get him to the ground. How about that? Ron Dane. Ron Dane. Well, he ended up beating the Dallas Cowboys.
He had 2 big plays today. He had a long run on a touchdown earlier of 16 yards. And timeout is called by Denver. And they're down at the 6-yard line.
That is an interesting decision. I think I just kick it.
Showed that they can play with the big boys, but playing at home with the road games they have coming their way, I think they wanted to beat the big boys. Now, again, if you'd said 2 weeks ago, I need you to sweep these 3 games in 11 days. They've already won 2 of the 3. And if I gave you this game and they win the game against the Giants, you'd have to take that every day ending in Y.
Gave Denver this game.
Dallas. If you say to Dallas, Denver's going to win this game. You're going to lose this game, but you're going to beat the Giants.
Well, next week's a far more important game.
Right.
Far more important.
Right. But all that said, it's what this would have done for you in a positive way.
Sure. You know, at some point you start getting on a roll. And, obviously they beat Philadelphia, didn't play well up there. They beat Detroit, didn't play exceptionally well there, at least offensively on both those counts.
Well, here comes Elam to try to kick a 24-yard field goal in overtime to win the game. Good snap and hold. The kick is clean. The kick is good. The game is over, and the Denver Broncos have won in overtime by a final score of 24-21.
Well, the Cowboys fought the good fight, and like any close game and well-played game, which I think this basically was, it's always going to come down to a play or two, and I guarantee you there's 10 different players with a double star on their jersey who could pick out one play where they could have made a difference.
The biggest one to have back you could take your choice, I guess, of the Billy Cundiff field goal or the touchdown by Champ Bailey early in the game. But for being our AirTran Airways player of the game, Cowboys tight end Jason Witten, who caught 9 passes for 82 yards and a touchdown today, receives 2 round-trip business class tickets anywhere AirTran Airways flies.
The Cowboys know all too well about how it feels to lose the close ones and how you look back at what might have been, and they're certainly doing that on this Thanksgiving Day after falling to the Denver Broncos in overtime 24-21. Welcome to the Cowboys post-game show. I'm Brad Sham with Babe Laufenberg. this is a game where the Cowboys can point to 2 or 3 plays and think about what might have been. Instead, I think I'm going to just think about they took 2 out of 3 in the 3 games in 11 days, and if they go beat the New York Giants on December the 4th, no one will remember this game anyway.
Well, that is the thing to remember. Everything's still in front of them. They go up and they beat New York in New York next week. You're right back. Everything, it's in their own destiny. Everything's in their hands. Certainly a tough loss. I thought a pretty good football game. The kind of game I like because neither team could pull away. It was always a one-possession game. 7-0 Denver, then back at 7-7, 14-7. So it kept the pressure on both teams throughout the football game. And obviously, Cowboy, that Billy Cundiff miss on the 34-yard field goal, huge. Terrence Newman had a chance at an interception to take in for a touchdown, huge. As always, there will be some play-calling second guesses tomorrow, if they haven't started already, on their way out to the parking lot tonight.
Maybe some of those questions will be answered by Cowboys head coach Bill Parcells in his post-game remarks.
Hard-fought game. Thought both teams played real hard. Tough game. I expect these kind the rest of the way. I'm disappointed with the outcome, but I'm not disappointed with the effort. And we just got to regroup a little bit and get ready to go in New York. We had our chance there at the end of regulation. Couldn't make a play. Okay, missed a kick. But like I said, I'm disappointed in the outcome, but I'm not disappointed in the effort. Questions?
Realistically, I mean, you could have won 3 out of 3, but 7-4, you guys are in a pretty good spot right now.
Well, I don't know what kind of spot we're in. I know we're going to have a chance to play the team that's closest to us next time out. So we'll see.
Can you talk about the missed field goal? I mean,
hey, missed it. What am I going to do?
How much did your inability to run the ball consistently for the yardage hurt you today?
I didn't think either team ran it very well. They made, of course, the run in overtime, but, that's a real great running team. We had them 89 yards there at the end of regulation. So, I knew it was going to be tough. Both defenses played pretty good. So, they got a good team. I think they have a chance. They're certainly going to be in contention in the AFC.
Trusting that Billy could make a kick like that in the fourth quarter is why you brought him back?
Yeah, that's right.
Seemed pretty frustrating. You didn't get a lot of pressure on Plummer. He came real close to sacking him. Did you feel frustrated all day?
No, I thought we played pretty solid on defense till that last run. I thought we played good. We got a couple turnovers. We turned it over a couple times, but first turnover was just bad luck. I mean, it was an overthrow, and Bailey just happened to be in line. It was so.
What was the breakdown on that last run?
Well, we were in a real strong run front, and they ran right into the strength of the front, and they got in between, and I think, I can't tell you now without really, know who's at fault, but I think we should have been able to stop that play in the defense we were in. I mean, we played that defense quite a bit all day.
Can you gain anything from playing a team like Denver down to the wire, or is it?
No, I don't look at it like that. I just think both teams played hard, and I knew it was going to be a tough game. I'm sure they did too, and I told Mike I think his team's got a chance to do things, and I really do think we have a chance too. But we just got to regroup a little bit. And I told the players it's not going to be without a bump in the road here and there. So, I thought considering we had a short time to prepare, I thought we were pretty well prepared, and I thought we tried real hard.
Do you think about going for it on 4th and down, Coach?
No.
4th and 1.
You mean 4th down in the middle of the field, where if we don't make it, we lose the game? Right there? No, I wouldn't think about that.
But what about the hitch on 3rd down? No, that was the question. I understand you wouldn't go for it on 4th down. I would have liked to have heard about why throwing a hitch instead of running the ball on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, we may have to wait a couple of days to find that one out. But again, people talked, Brad, about would this game and would a win over Denver legitimize this football team? I think when you play 16, there's not a single game that stands out and say, okay, now we're legitimate. When you play the Broncos to overtime like they did, anything can happen, and it did.
Also interesting psychologically to note the way that Bill Parcells is much harder on his team publicly after they've won a game, and when they've lost a tough game, it seems like he knows they need a little patting on the back, and that's what he's tried to do. Dallas Cowboys football will continue in a moment.